เริ่มยิงโอ้ย
At Hunt Expo Utah 2026, the deer rifle world stepped into the arena like an old frontier gunfighter. Under the bright lights of the Salt Palace, every brand promised the future. Carbon fiber stocks, precision triggers, lightweight actions, long-range mountain platforms. But in real deer country, promises mean nothing. Cold wind matters, steep climbs matter, a shaky rest on a frozen ridge matters. Today, we are counting down the top 5 best deer rifles connected to Hunt Expo Utah 2026. Some are built for western mule deer country. Some are made for thick timber whitetail hunting. But only one rifle has the right balance of weight, accuracy, engineering, and real hunting purpose to stand above the rest. This is the search for the new king of American deer country. Number 5. Bergara Premier CIMA Pro. The Bergara Premier CIMA Pro is not a cheap deer rifle trying to look expensive. It is a premium mountain rifle built for the hunter who understands that weight, balance, and barrel quality become brutally important once the truck is miles behind you. Bergara earned its name the hard way, through barrels. And in deer country, that matters more than booth lighting or marketing noise. When a hunter is stretched across a canyon, fighting wind, fatigue, and a fading shot window, the rifle has to hold its mechanical truth. The CIMA Pro brings that truth through a carbon fiber wrapped barrel, a lightweight carbon stock, and a premier action that feels smoother and more refined than a basic production rifle. At around the $3,000 range, what makes it strong is not just that it is light. It is that the money is going into the parts that matter in the field. The barrel system saves weight without making the rifle feel hollow. The stock gives the shooter a stable platform. The action gives the rifle that controlled, premium feel that cheaper rifles often pretend to have but rarely deliver. Compared with something like the Christensen Arms Ridgeline FFT in a similar lightweight premium hunting category, the Bergara feels more like a barrel-first rifle. The Christensen may win some hunters with its aggressive weight savings and modern mountain rifle identity, but the Bergara has that heavier sense of precision heritage. It feels less like a lifestyle rifle and more like a serious tool built around the shot itself. The deal breaker is its event connection. For a Hunt Expo Utah ranking, the CIMA Pro does not have the same loud, direct show floor momentum as the rifles higher on this list. And at this price, some hunters may want more obvious brand excitement or a stronger lightweight advantage. But as a premium deer rifle for hunters who care about barrel quality, stiffness, and mountain practicality, the CIMA Pro absolutely earns its place. Price lands around $3,000. Number 4. Ruger American Rifle Generation 2 Scout. The Ruger American Rifle Generation 2 Scout is the rifle on this list that refuses to act fancy. It does not walk into deer camp wearing a tuxedo. It walks in with mud on its boots, scratches on the stock, and the quiet confidence of a tool that was built to be used hard. That is why it matters. In a world where deer rifles keep getting lighter, more expensive, and more specialized, Ruger went in a different direction with the Scout concept. This rifle is short, fast, practical, and honest. It is not trying to be a long-range mountain rifle. It is built for the hunter moving through heavy timber, thick brush, tight logging roads, and broken whitetail country where shots happen fast and distance is usually measured in seconds, not romance. The Mechanic's insight is the compact barrel and Scout-style rail system. A 16.1-inch barrel makes the rifle easy to carry, easy to shoulder, and easy to move inside tight cover. The 3-lug bolt with a 70-degree throw gives fast clearance under an optic, and the forward rail gives the shooter more flexibility with sighting setups. It is a rifle that values speed and handling over long-range elegance. At around $929, what makes the Ruger strong is not luxury, it is usefulness. You are paying for a compact modern action, practical accuracy, rugged handling, and a rifle that can live in the real world without making the owner nervous every time it touches a tree stand rail or the side of a truck seat. Compared with something like the Savage 110 Scout in the same General Scout rifle category, the Ruger feels more modern in styling and more aggressive in field handling. The Savage brings its own value with the AccuTrigger and a proven 110 action, but the Ruger has a cleaner 2026 identity. It feels like a rifle designed for today's hunter who wants one compact platform for deer, range work, and rough country utility. The deal breaker is distance. That short barrel and scout rifle philosophy are not ideal for open country mule deer hunting, where a hunter may need more velocity, more stability, and a more traditional long-range optics setup. If your deer season happens on windswept ridges and wide western basins, this is not the king. But for thick timber whitetail hunting, brush country, and hunters who care more about speed than status, the Ruger American Rifle Generation 2 Scout is brutally practical. Price lands around $929. Number 3. Browning X Bolt 2 Hunter Composite Left Hand. The Browning X Bolt 2 Hunter Composite Left Hand earns its place because it solves a problem most rifle companies have ignored for too long. Not every serious deer hunter is right-handed. And for left-handed hunters, the market has often felt like walking into a gun shop after the best rifles were already taken. That is why this rifle matters. Browning did not build this as a charity version of a right-handed rifle. It feels like a proper modern deer rifle with a real identity. The X-Bolt family has always been about smooth operation, clean accuracy, and field-friendly handling. But the X-Bolt 2 pushes that idea forward with a more adaptable stock system, better shooter fit, and a design that feels less old school than the classic wood and blued steel deer rifles of the past. The mechanics insight is the stock geometry and bolt system. A good deer rifle is not just about the barrel or the cartridge. It is about how naturally the rifle meets the shooter's shoulder when the moment gets ugly. The X-Bolt 2 Hunter Composite gives the shooter a more controlled interface, while the 60-degree bolt lift keeps the action fast and gives better optic clearance. That matters when you are trying to stay on target without lifting your head like a nervous rookie. At around $1,179 to $1,219, its value is not just in raw features. Its value is in fit, reliability, and left-handed availability. For a southpaw hunter, that price buys something more important than bragging rights. It buys a rifle that does not force the shooter to compromise their natural mechanics. Compared with something like the Tikka T3X light left hand in a similar hunting price category, the Browning feels more American in personality and more feature-rich in stock design. The Tikka is famously smooth, lightweight, and trusted by hunters who value simplicity. But the Browning gives the left-handed shooter a more modern hunting package, especially if stock fit and scope mount confidence matter more than pure minimalism. The deal breaker is audience size. This rifle is excellent for the hunter it was built for, but that hunter is a smaller part of the market. A right-handed buyer has more options at this price, and some may choose a lighter rifle, a cheaper rifle, or a more specialized mountain platform. But for left-handed deer hunters who want a serious modern rifle instead of an afterthought, the Browning X-Bolt 2 Hunter Composite Left Hand is one of the strongest picks in this ranking. Price lands around $1,179 to $1,219. Number 2. Christensen Arms Evoke. The Christensen Arms Evoke is the rifle that proves a serious deer rifle does not always need a terrifying price tag to feel capable in the right hands. Christensen Arms built its reputation around lightweight mountain rifles, carbon barrels, and high-end hunting rifles that looked like they belonged on a windswept ridge above timberline. But the Evoke is different. This rifle feels like Christensen looking at the average American deer hunter and saying, you do not need to spend custom rifle money to get into a modern precision hunting platform. That is why it lands so high on this list. The mechanic's insight is the combination of a TriggerTech trigger, a stainless steel barrel, and a modern receiver that works with Remington 700 style scope bases. That matters because the Evoke is not just a sealed box rifle. It is a platform a hunter can grow with. The trigger gives a crisp break. The barrel gives weather resistance. The receiver gives the shooter easy access to optic support and aftermarket flexibility. At around $900 to $950, the Evoke hits a brutal value point. You are getting the Christensen name, a sub-minute of angle accuracy guarantee, a respected trigger system, and a practical hunting build without stepping into the $2,000 carbon rifle world. For deer hunters who want precision without draining the entire season budget, that is a serious argument. Compared with something like the Bergara B14 Ridge in the same practical hunting price range, the Christensen Evoke feels more modern and sharper in its feature set. The Bergara brings excellent barrel reputation and a proven hunting platform, but the Evoke gives you that newer Christensen identity with a premium trigger and a clean, current design. It feels like a rifle built to pull buyers away from traditional heavy hunting rifles and into a lighter, more modern generation. The deal breaker is weight and personality. The Evoke is not the featherweight mountain rifle people imagine when they hear Christensen Arms. If you want the carbon fiber magic and ultralight backcountry feel, you still have to pay more. This rifle is more practical than exotic, but that is exactly why it works. For the American deer hunter who wants real accuracy, a serious trigger, weather resistance, and a respected name without jumping into luxury rifle money, the Christensen Arms Evoke may be the best value pick of Hunt Expo Utah 2026. Price lands around $900 to $950. Number 1. Weatherby Model 307 Alpine CT. The Weatherby Model 307 Alpine CT takes the top spot because it does something very few modern deer rifles can do. It feels like a true Western mountain rifle, but it does not feel trapped inside one narrow purpose. This is not just a lightweight rifle with a famous name stamped on the receiver. It is Weatherby stepping into the modern platform war with a rifle that understands where American hunting has gone. Hunters want accuracy. They want lower carry weight. They want premium triggers. They want carbon fiber where it actually matters. And they want a rifle that can be built around serious optics without feeling like an old design wearing new clothes. The mechanic's insight is the Model 307 action self. Weatherby built this around a cylindrical two-lug action with modern compatibility in mind. That matters because the rifle is not only a hunting tool, it is a foundation. The shooter gets the soul of a Weatherby hunting rifle, but with the design language that understands the aftermarket world around the Remington 700 pattern. Add the TriggerTech field trigger, the Peak 44 carbon stock, and the BSF carbon barrel, and the Alpine CT becomes more than a pretty mountain rifle. It becomes a precision hunting system. At around $2,249, the value is in balance. It is not cheap, but the money is easy to understand. You are paying for carbon weight savings, a serious trigger, a modern action, premium field handling, and a rifle that can carry deep into mule deer country without feeling like heavy weight on your shoulder. For a Western hunter, every pound saved on the climb becomes energy saved for the shot. Compared with something like the Christensen Arms Ridgeline FFT, the Weatherby feels more complete as an overall hunting platform. The Christensen may appeal to hunters who want maximum lightweight mountain identity, and it has a strong backcountry reputation. But the Weatherby brings a more versatile action concept, a stronger sense of platform future, and that classic Weatherby hunting authority updated for 2026. It feels less like a single-purpose ultralight rifle and more like the center of a serious Western deer setup. The honest drawback is price and handedness. Weatherby lists this rifle as right-hand only, so left-handed hunters may love the concept but still be pushed towards something like the Browning. And a hunter who only sits a whitetail stand a few weekends each fall does not need this much rifle. For basic timber hunting, the Christensen Evoke or even the Ruger Scout may make more financial sense. But the Alpine CT is built for the hunter who climbs, carries, watches the wind, and expects one clean shot to justify every dollar. That is why it wins. The Weatherby Model 307 Alpine CT has the right blend of modern engineering, mountain weight, precision hardware, and real hunting purpose. At Hunt Expo Utah 2026, it stands above the rest as the new king of American deer country. Price lands around $2,249. The rifles at Hunt Expo Utah 2026 tell one hard truth about modern deer hunting. The old age of one rifle doing everything is over. Today, the best deer rifle depends on the country you hunt, the distance you trust, and the weight you are willing to carry when your legs are already burning. The Bergara Premier CIMA Pro is for the hunter who believes barrel quality still sits at the center of precision. The Ruger American Rifle Generation 2 Scout is for the whitetail hunter who values speed, compact handling, and rough country usefulness over luxury. The Browning X Bolt 2 Hunter Composite left hand proves that left-handed hunters deserve more than leftovers. The Christensen Arms Evoke gives the average American deer hunter serious accuracy and modern features without crossing into luxury rifle money. But the Weatherby Model 307 Alpine CT stands above them because it brings the full package: lightweight carbon construction, a serious trigger, a modern action, real Western hunting purpose, and enough platform intelligence to feel ready for the future, not trapped in the past. So the question is simple. If you hunt thick timber, would you trust the Ruger? If you want the best value, would you take the Christensen? And if you were climbing into mule deer country with only one rifle on your shoulder, would the Weatherby be your king? Drop your pick in the comments. And if you want straight shooting rifle rankings without soft marketing noise, subscribe to the channel. Because out here, the wrong rifle does not just cost money, it costs opportunity.